Hello everyone, my name is Nathan and today it's time for another episode of Oxygen Not Included in the Ultimate Base 2.0. Today's episode I'm gonna treat more like a status update because I'm still in the process of moving and we had way more to do than I first anticipated. Like, we were basically busy the entirety of the week. Fortunately enough, I did have some pre-recordings that I could use in order to schedule. But as of this point, we're still not ready and I just cannot spend my time recording at the moment, unfortunately. However, I can already announce, obviously, we're gonna continue with Oxygen Not Included, and this Sunday I'm going to start a new City Skylines series. And it is really important that you guys tune in there and support this first episode of City Skylines. I want to make this hopefully a great success so that we can have a long-lasting series going on, just like we did with the 2020 series. Obviously, even if you're not interested, I would definitely appreciate the support on the first episode so it gets recommended to more people, but nobody should feel obliged to actually watch it if you're not interested in City Skylines, obviously. Anyhow, there are a few things we can do in today's episode in this base. First and foremost, there is some magma that unfortunately accumulated. It is actually not that much. All we have to do is basically dig this up. Somebody should tag along very soon and everything should be fine again. I mean, one way we can potentially solve this problem is by having a auto miner. So maybe that is one thing we should consider. Auto miner, no, it's a robo miner. I think it has to be attached to either a ceiling or a wall. Unfortunately, the tooltip is in a bad spot, so I cannot really judge whether or not I can reach all tiles. Actually, no, I cannot reach these two tiles here. That's not going to be possible. That is a little bit of a bummer. If I attach it right here, it might melt sooner than I want it. What we could do, however, is maybe attach it right here, so we can have another airflow tile in this spot. I think I'm actually gonna test this out, just for shits and giggles. Obviously, we need to find a way to actually deal with the solidified magma. So another airflow tile right here. This might actually be advantageous, so the magma has a specific direction to flow into, and this tile right here is never gonna be filled with magma. And this in turn means we can set up a auto miner right there. It should be able to reach all the tiles, and because it is used so infrequently, I presume it's gonna take hundreds if not thousands of cycles to actually overheat. Actually, we could take this to the extreme and build it out of steel. I think I want to do that. This way it's going to take an enormous amount of time. And we are going to continue with the copper wire just like that. Let's make sure this is sped up so we can see the effects rather quickly. Yeah, I mean, technically this should work out rather nicely in my opinion. Okay, Frankie is scolding. Oh, wait. If we build this tile, we cannot actually make it to the other side anymore. That is not good. That is actually really, really bad. What if we temporarily set up a tile here so I can go beneath it? Yeah, I think that might just work out. We're gonna do that. Frankie, get out of there. You're scolding. Oh no, now I have to send him to bed already again. Let me quickly check on the other planetoids. Is there something I need to do? We are still pumping out the gases, though they have thinned. And yeah, there's gonna be something I want to do with the oil well. At the moment, I have shut it off because I want to get rid of the entirety of the water that I spilled here. So that is still being brought over here. We still have the space for it. That is good. Let's check with Growista. Looks like I still have enough commands ready here. We were building this new system here in order to desalinate the salt water and replenish our oxygen source. Yeah, I would say everyone still has enough to do for the time being. Now let's take this tile here apart so we can build the robo miner. Okay, there we go. It is at 45 degrees and it can overheat to 275 degrees. And it will only have to be active very shortly every now and then. So that is really not taking a long time. Jean just picked up some igneous rock that is actually not necessary. What I would like you to do is build this tile over here. So just drop this and rebuild the ceramic tile so I can take the other one apart here at the bottom again. And then this igneous rock here hopefully should melt again. Okay, here we are still pumping things out. I actually want to sweep up the rest because we still have some liquid logs that we want to fill. For instance, this one here, I want to fill this up with a little bit more oil. But in the meantime, from the looks of it, R2 is still collecting materials, which is good. This pump here we can actually take apart already again. We took care of the extra water that was found there. And that also means we can keep on digging a little bit. Actually, let me check the temperatures. Yeah, we're still doing okay with the temperatures, though if I open this up now, it's gonna leak. So let me cancel all of this. Oh no, looks like I took a little bit too much apart from the cabling. Didn't mean to do that. But yeah, Otto is doing rather well. I don't think I have to worry about him too much. I still want to see the system here in action. Can you maybe focus on this pipe here that is not done? Come on, Marie, you can do it. There we go. That is built. Now the salt water is going up. That is good. Just want to check what is really happening with it. And I think we can desalinate like 5 kilograms per second. There we go. It's actually not even 5 kilograms, almost though. And this way we will be fine for another couple of 100 cycles. Good stuff. Let's tell Marie to pick up some more things here around the base. Obviously, we don't want to pick up the food though. But essentially everything that's hanging around the base, like also everything here at the bottom. And I want to make sure the water can actually reach the pump. So, did not mean to do that. G is the shortcut. Let's go ahead and deconstruct some more stuff. Maybe add some more ladders here. Eventually, of course, we have to move the pump a little bit further down, but that is fine. Okay, now let me check my list. Yeah, there were more things we could do. For instance, with the pips, you let me know why they are not planting. And I mean, it's obvious because we have already all these plant pots hanging around in the bedrooms. So what we can do is uproot a couple of them, at least the ones that are nearby, and then we check whether or not they are planting even more. However, another tip you gave me is that it is best to let them plant from the right to the left. So you first put a ladder on top of the tile, so they choose the rightmost tile first, but I now want to know what they are doing before I consider taking these steps. Yeah, the pip planting mechanism is obviously curious. Another thing I remember I have to do is I have to recycle the water from the carbon skimmer. At the moment, the only resupply we're getting for the carbon skimmer is the poop of Otto, and we have to prevent this from happening. So right here, we are going up, and all we would have to do is reconnect this, for instance. Then we take that apart. Now all the bad water is going through the water sieve, and then more bad water is coming along here. And I guess what we have to do is make sure the excess polluted water goes out of the base, so that we don't clog up the system. It's a little bit bad because we already have a pipe right here. This is gonna have priority. And if I just do it like so, it's gonna divide itself up. But what we can do is go up here, take these two tiles apart, and then we set up another bridge like so. And we're gonna cut this connection here. So now all the bad water is flowing up, but it is first gonna fill up this loop because the input slot here has priority, and then the rest is just gonna go up. Yeah, I think that is going to be a good solution. Now, I think it's time for another auto sweeper here. And that should basically be all for Otto. He can now operate and do whatever he likes, which is essentially all the commands I gave him. Now, I'm not 100% sure how many plants we have to get rid of or in what distance, but I'm just going to uproot a couple more here until this issue is resolved. Ah, look at that. We already have a second plant. Okay. Now, this could be the problem, that the pips do not plant to the right of an already existing plant. And that is what you guys warned me about. So what we technically have to do is uproot these guys, and then we place a ladder instead. Wait a second, maybe you told me hobbies. There we go. Okay, so that was actually bad information, that they only plant to the left of an already existing plant. And there we go. We have all the plants in place. This is amazing. So we can get rid of this storage bin. We can get rid of the critter drop-off point. And instead, let me see, is that within stations or maybe furniture? Yeah, right here, the park sign. We're gonna make this out of copper just because. Now there is no clear center. I'm guessing I want to place it, yeah, let's place it here at the entrance, that makes sense. And then I guess to keep things clean, I want my choya and myrrh leaf seeds again in place here. Now actually we could argue to only have myrrh leaves in here. Yeah, I think I might want to do that. So let's uproot this and actually make the pips plant all myrrh leaves. Or even better, we uproot this and make them plant another choya seed. I like that idea better. Another thing that you mentioned in the comment section is I might not be able to take this mini pot apart because it was glowing. Oh, we get an Arbor Acorn. Yeah, let's go ahead and actually print this out. Let this happen. There we go. And now maybe we can take it apart. No. This is really bad. I really wanted to have this pot somewhere else. Oh well, I guess we have to live with it. Now there is a circuit overload somewhere right here. Ah, intriguing. Okay, so we are using a little bit more, obviously because of the desalinator. So it is time to swap to conductive wire. Looks like we do not have enough materials for that. Oh yeah, there's actually a lot of material missing. Yeah, there we go. We're clearly going overboard with this. So what if we maybe disable a couple of things? We could go ahead and disable the system here just for a couple of cycles until we have enough water ready again. But I guess eventually it's now time to upgrade to the next wiring. I just noticed a tiny problem. The oil actually got backlogged here towards the carbon skimmer. That is obviously a really bad outcome. So what I decided to do is set up another bridge right here that is hopefully gonna change the flow of direction here. But yeah, that still means we have to somehow get the oil out of there. We can deal with it, no problem. Also, it is now time to actually sweep this all up here at the bottom, and then we can reset the hydro sensor. But Otto, you have to do some building now. The bridge is in place already. That is good. And he's gonna build these pipes here as well, so I can get the oil safely out of there, hopefully. Let me just cut this just in case. There we go. All fixed and done. We're gonna connect these pipes here and let the oil get out of there. And once that has happened, we are gonna reconnect it just like that. Easy peasy. No harm, no foul. Okay, nice. Things are getting along here. Let's check back with Growista. Looks like we have to lay a little bit of priority here on the wire. So Marie decides to actually fix it. And what is happening? Yeah, of course, we're just very slowly getting rid of the salt water here. I just want to see this water raise up to the point of the liquid vent again. And actually one problem we could run into in this case is that we are not capable of filling up the oxygen masks anymore. So we definitely have to keep this observed. Maybe I can get rid of some of the carbon dioxide here. Oh, by the way, you actually lifted the confusion with fixing stuff. They do require materials in order to fix something, but they also drop the materials as soon as the item is fixed. So you never actually lose anything by fixing stuff. I thought that was quite an interesting fact to know about. Maybe I can actually sweep up a little too much liquid. Ah, of course, there is an airflow tile, but if we start mopping this up, that should be fine. So until we have better wires in the joint, I'm gonna set up a little switch here so I can shut off the desalinator once we're ready. That's not good. Building is... Oh no! I don't believe the magma actually made it all the way up here. How is this even possible? Okay, you know what? We're gonna give this a little bit more space. I think I'm just gonna let it pile up here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna lower the flooring a little bit. And I guess we can then remove all of the upper tiles here, so it still touches the metal plate. And this way the magma shouldn't be capable of reaching the RoboMiner anymore. Also, RoboMiner, we do not want to repair you anymore at this point. Yeah, there's a lot of magma accumulated. I suspect some of the igneous rock actually got melted again, and that's why we had all this magma piling up. Let's take apart these tiles here. That is going to give us the 2 tiles necessary below the RoboMiner. So at this point it's already in vacuum again. I guess let's deconstruct it and then rebuild it from the same materials. Yes, Ren, good job. Oh, Ren, you're already scolding up again. Now let me see. If I increase the priority here, maybe we can still build the RoboMiner at least. Ren, please pick that up. Yes, okay. And now you have to go to bed. Let somebody else finish the rest of the build. In the meantime, we already go ahead and pick up the ceramic here. Oh, what just happened? Ah, I think the auto sweeper dropped something. Good, we picked up the ceramic before it had the chance to get really hot. And Frankie is now gonna do the rest. He's gonna be scolded as well. And what are you picking up? Please don't pick up the ceramic. Ah, I actually set this to pick up everything. Okay, I guess that is my bad. It will still come out of the system without issues, so I'm not gonna complain. Okay, Marie just became idle. That means we have to swap everything. Oh no, I cannot disable this, so I guess we're gonna do this manually for now. No more power for you, and more power to you guys. But yeah, guys, I think sooner than later I will have to wrap this up again. I have to go back and cleaning my house, even though we hired an institution to take care of it. They actually did a bad job, so I guess that's just our luck there. Jean is done and scolded. Okay, let's go back. Bring Jean to bed. And I guess Frankie will have to do the same. Okay, now let's see. This guy is dormant and this guy is gonna erupt in 12.1 cycles. That should give us enough time to actually deal with the entirety of the magma here. In the meantime, let's check Smeliol. We should have picked everything up here. That is really good. That means now I want to reset this. So if it is below 800 kilograms, then we want to go ahead and actually activate the oil well. Now, there could be a scenario where the oil well is overpressured, but we already shut off everything. That means the oil well cannot be depressurized. And you let me know, one thing I can do in order to fix this is actually enable this with a duplicate sensor. So if I set up the sensor right here, it is also going to send a green signal when a duplicate stands below it, and then it's going to open up the shutoff. This means more water is going to flow in order to depressurize the oil well. And once the duplicate gets out of there, it's going to shut the shutoff off again. I haven't tested out this theory. I haven't come across the scenario where the oil well is actually overpressurized. And at the same time, we already have enough oil. Now, I think we also have to reset this sensor. So only if we are above 1 kilogram, then we want to keep on pumping. And then I have to fix one more thing here. Yeah, we can disable this by now. Let me see right here. I just cut this off until we actually need it again. But yeah, soon enough we're gonna have to use filters instead of this system, because obviously I cannot keep on filling this up like a crazy madman. Right here, unfortunately, this got contaminated with some polluted water. I guess what we could do is set up a tile here. That might actually work. If we place some tiles here, the polluted water should be pushed out of there. So maybe let's try that. And then I guess another thing I already would like to prepare is the bringing of the oil that goes right here, but it goes through the actual pipes. And then the same thing here with the ethanol that should be going through here. And I want to use normal filters that use power in order to accomplish that. We also could go with a shutoff and some automation, but I don't really think it's necessary for this base since we have so much power available right now. So if we do this right here and do that right there, all we have to do is tag along with the power. And then we would be connecting these pipes and we would be connecting those pipes because that can continue here. And the actual liquid that we filter out goes down below. The same thing right here. We need a pipe here and a pipe there. Yeah, easy enough, I would say. Otherwise, if we keep the old system, it's just gonna overflow, you know. Hello? Anybody wants to start building? What's happening? Ah, of course. 2 of my builders are actually in bed. Ren just got out of there, so Frankie is gonna be next. How much food do we actually have? Is that 8 million? Holy cow. Okay, that is actually quite a bit. Now, let me see. We obviously have too much meal lice, but I'm producing the meal lice so that we have more food for my fish. At the moment, we have 600 seeds in here, so we did gain a little bit of seeds. However, I think I'm gonna start composting a bunch of these meal lice. We can then still use them for food for the poke shells, but right now we definitely have enough. There should be some meal lice on the top here, actually. Look at that. This is just incredible. So, compost some more meal lice here from the chest, especially the ones that is almost rotting anyways. Some more meal lice here in the other chest. Wonderful. Yeah, we knew we would be overproducing it slightly. I can totally see how this happened. Another thing that really bothers me I have to fix is fill up these tiles, and then let me see. Ooh, okay, so slowly but surely we just don't have the chill anymore. Yeah, we might have to set up a pump here in order to take care of all that stuff, and then there's gonna be another cooling solution to take care of the metal tiles here. If I'm not mistaken, we still have to build the pipes for the cooling solution. It might be a little bit of a problem, though technically the only tiles we have to cool down are these, and the rest should be spread across the other tiles. Okay, I think that was some of the comments out of the way, and we got most of the systems fixed for now. I also wanted to give you a little bit of a status update that we are still moving and that I need a little bit more time. I'm really sorry I cannot give you the regular content at the moment. That's just how it goes with moving sometimes. A lot of unexpected things are happening. The pips planted some more myrtleaf seeds. Let me make sure we are actually collecting these. I'm gonna put this to priority 6 just briefly. And we get rid of the myrtleaf seeds so they actually plant a choya seed. That will be great to see, at least to wrap up the episode in dignity. But yeah, more content to come, especially looking forward to the new City Skylines series. I really hope it's gonna be a success. If you remember, the last series lasted for 98 episodes. Absolutely epic. I once had a Minecraft series that was 102 episodes, but this is definitely one of my longest series on the channel ever. And by the way, definitely also worth a watch. But yeah, I think with that out of the way, we are actually gonna wrap it up. Maybe let's enjoy the fruits of our labor. I'm just gonna let these guys build the rest of the pipes here, and then I'm gonna tune back in order to show you the final results. And then everything should be fixed according to your comments. Maybe not the power situation with Marie, but everything else looks kind of decent so far. We can also see the oil well is going for it again. Let's maybe prioritize the duplicant sensor. One liquid filter already in place. This one is gonna be for the ethanol. There it is, the nature reserve finally finished. We can also see this working. This is gonna give us another +6 morale every time someone goes through the transit tube here. Absolutely fabulous. This also means we can replant all the things here. And you also get one of these brower seeds here on the other side. Wonderful. Everything is finished and intact again here. Right here with the filter, we can already reroute the pipes. We're not gonna need these two things anymore. Actually, let me take these apart like so we don't affect the pipes themselves. I'm gonna speed up this part here as well. And there we go. Yeah, that's actually looking good. And there it is, another liquid filter in place. This one is gonna filter out the crude oil. Also means we can go ahead and deconstruct everything we don't need in this place. Wonderful. Now, I really would like you to focus on everything that needs building for this contraption still. So this is sorted out for good. Actually, let me see. Are we pumping up the oil? No, I'm actually waiting for some oil to accumulate until it hits the hydro sensor. Now here we can see the liquid shutoff should be enabled. Now if I look at this, it doesn't actually require water to depressurize. So maybe that was another lie you told me. Well, it's not really a lie. Obviously you mean well, but sometimes I do get questionable information. Okay, you can see where this leads to. There's not much to build. And I think we should be fine for the rest. Also, we got the magma now under control. The robo miner heated up approximately 1 degree. And I think it's going to be fine for quite a while. But yeah, I would say with that out of the way, let's wrap it up for today. Thank you so much for your patience. I'm really sorry that this week I wasn't able to provide you with the regular content. Well, I did have some videos scheduled, but it was really stressful to move and everything. I hope you can understand that. And I'm gonna be back this weekend, also especially with the new City Skylines series. So preferably I would like to do another Oxygen Not Included on Saturday, and then on Sunday, the big reveal of the new City Skylines series is gonna come. With that out of the way, have a great time, and hopefully I'm going to catch you in the next one. Thank you and bye bye.